hi to all our Jazzy Lane family. I come tonight with some really exciting news. We are reopening on Monday, the 27th. We're super excited about reopening. We can't wait to see everyone. We are doing it in a very different manner though. There'll be less staff, there'll be very strict guidelines to go by, so you'll need to be very patient. It's with much consideration in our downtime that we have worked out a safe way for you guys to come in a sterilised environment, and we look after you and we look after ourselves at the same time. So we're super excited about it. You will need to be patient, however, because we will have not full staff on each day. So therefore, there might need to be a little bit more patient getting in. So we do have a little bit of a waiting list at the moment, but we're super excited about seeing everybody. Can't wait to see you all. Please give us a call on 4637 8818 and we'd love to look after you. Cheers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Good Morning Toowoomba with Ben Apsey and
Daryl Nicholson. How are you today, mate? This is Monday the 27th of April in the year 2020, where everything was going to be clear vision.
yes, we're in the coronavirus year. It's an interesting year. It's certainly shaping up to be that. I was talking with a mate of mine yesterday and sort of discussing the future, and he's sort of in that place where he's looking at making a change. And I sort of said, oh, well, you know, I think everyone's sort of in that same boat. Yeah, it's a time where everyone's had a chance to sit back and reflect where we usually wouldn't. So it's a really good time for that. And you said we've also had some people message us saying, yeah, thanks for doing this, keeping involved, keeping active. So hopefully sport will come back soon. We've got some of the national stuff looking like it's going to restart, so we'll have some sport stuff to report on. But other than that, it's just the weather and a few little things that are going on around town. So today's top 25, 0% chance of rain, partly cloudy today in Toowoomba. So,
mate, we definitely got to get some rain. So again, people would know me for this: wish, hope, pray, meditate, put it out there. Whatever you do, cross your fingers, cross your legs, cross your toes. We need some rain desperately. And in Toowoomba, the dams are still at 30%. They're probably even less, mate. I haven't even looked. Developments are still going on. Residential blocks have been made. Houses are still going up. And this is one question I pose to some of the councillors. We're still approving developments, and yet we've still got 3 bloody dams that aren't connected. And 16 years ago, if we were recycling water, we wouldn't be in this situation. So anyhow, that's me off the soapbox about that this morning. But talking about sport, mate, local sport as well. Matt Hammond was on talking about rugby union in Toowoomba. So, you know, they're trying to plan to get the rugby union competition in Toowoomba happening again. The soccer and the basketball, you know, they're still training in Toowoomba region and trying to get ready, the Mountaineers and the Nears. And, of course, the Toowoomba Rugby League, I ran into Brian Gilroy, who was the former chairman. Rex Simon is now the chairman. They've certainly, mate, they've got to get it going, because there's a lot of clubs that have got fields, they've got to pay rates, you know, they rely on that people coming into there, paying their car parking admission, buying hamburgers and sausage sizzles and beer. And, mate, we've got to try and get something happening soon, and maybe the governments will recognise this. But again, we've got to keep that. Our health is the main thing at the moment.
yeah, well, that's it. And the important thing at the moment is staying healthy, staying safe. For a lot of local community groups, there's the sports side of things, but then there's also the music side of things, cultural centre. Because Toowoomba, at its heart, it's got Empire Theatre, and it's currently closed.
Yep.
Without the Empire Theatre, a lot of businesses in the CBD don't get that flow through traffic.
Yep.
They usually, with those car parks, are usually full of people going to stuff like Morning Melodies, or going to see Jamoan Live, or seeing the local production that Empire put on, or Toowoomba Cultural Society, or Toowoomba Philharmonic Society. A lot of that's had to be postponed or even cancelled in some cases.
Yep.
Because one, the rights holders aren't coming to the party. I've heard, and saying, no, you can't postpone it if you can't do it on those dates.
Yep.
Tough luck, you've got to cancel it.
And I saw Andrew Viland, the chairman of the Empire Theatre Board, he had sent an open letter to the Premier expressing exactly what you're saying. And I think they wanted people to sign that letter as well. So if you're keen and want to do that, certainly have a look at what Andrew wrote, Andrew Viland, and the Empire Theatre Committee to send off to the Premier. Mate, Monday the 27th, Gay Hold is opening Jazzy Lane today, so showing some more confidence in getting her team back together. Gay is totally booked, can I say, and if you want, Gay's just got all her regular clients coming back there, but Jess and all the team there, mate, you know, Jess is an apprentice to cut our hair, they're available, so please, if you want to tidy up, I know I need to get a tidy up soon. Just don't even think it's Gay and a team at Jazzy Lane and Duggan Street. So, and you'll get a haircut. Hey, Link, how are you, mate? So, get your hair cut as well today. So, yeah, have you booked in yet?
No, not yet. Both the boys will need haircuts. I will need a haircut. So, you can see Lincoln's are starting to get a bit long on top, isn't it, buddy? To get him ready so he can go back to school when it reopens. So.
Right, Jazzy Lane and Duggan Street, Gay's opening. So, mate, crime in Toowoomba has dropped. Now, as you know, I sit on the Toowoomba Safer Regional Partnerships Committee. I've been watching Inspector Kelly talking. Crime in Toowoomba has dropped, but still make sure your homes are locked up. Make sure your cars are locked up. Still exercise vigilance around your properties. So if you're still inside and, you know, lock. When I'm at home, I always make sure I lock the front door and the side doors, and we set the alarm off in the garage. You know, make sure that the garage has got an alarm. But just still be vigilant. Crime has stopped down, even though we had an incident Anzac Day with 4 youths that stole a car and took that away. But very unusual for that to happen. So, mate, Grand Central, some of the shops are opening slowly. So Michael from Gluten Free Donut tells me.
Yeah, so a few of the shops around the place are starting to reopen, and it's probably got a lot to do with the JobKeeper side of things. People have got to go back to work to be on the JobKeeper, so there's a lot of that happening. But there's still the developments going on around town. There's still buildings up for lease. There's still buildings for sale. So there's been the big sale out here near Bunnings, the Western Truck Group, that was sold last week. But then buildings up for lease. First thing that pops up on commercial leases. Someone has actually sent us through this little bit of a lead, but the building that the Chronicle live in is up for lease.
Interesting. The Chronicle building's up for lease. So I wonder what's happening there. So if anyone knows, just put a comment in below on Good Morning Toowoomba or Toowoomba 4358 TV. We'd like to know. Make some ideas. If anyone's creative out there, and I'm just probably not in the position yet to do this, drive-in movies. Couldn't we have drive-in movies happening again where there's a big screen? Let's say we get a shopping centre car park, a big screen. They put the movie on, they get a transmitter and send it out on an FM signal. People, you know, we'll fence it off and people pay to go in and sit in their cars and watch a drive-through movie. What about that?
That would be a great idea in this certain time. I know the cinema on Grand Central is currently getting some renovations done. They're putting in a VMAX. Very, very happy about the VMAX going in up there, and it's a good time for it because they've got to be closed. So, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that painting, renos, fixes up. You know, there's a lot of that happening around the place. So,
well, maybe we can reach out to Rick Chevelle, who is Charles Chevelle's great grandson, either grandson or great grandson. Rick does cinemas down at Bar Wonder sometimes. Maybe Rick can do something because I know he has done outdoor stuff before. So, Rick, talk to us, mate. If we can do something, let's see if we can get our heads together. So, mate, that's about all I got. The next question I had, what's next in Toowoomba? I mean, we've got another long weekend coming up in May for Labor Day, I believe, and that's probably, not that it really matters having a long weekend for some.
Yes, well, conveniently, the public holiday this year is on 4th of May, which is, as a lot of people would know it, May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And I watched an old episode of not Star Wars, just speaking about just weird stuff, Trekkie. I watched Star Trek the other day with William Shatner and Leroy Nimoy. It was quite interesting watch. But yeah, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We might have to do something special with that. Trivia tonight, mate, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
I've got to be careful with my music. I got stung by Warner Brothers Music last week, so I got a bit of a rap over knuckles. So I might have to do 15 seconds of music instead of 30 seconds. So to see if I can get under the radar.
Or might make it a little bit more difficult.
That'll be challenging. 15 seconds. So, right, mate,
So I know there were a few songs last week that I didn't get. So
I've got a few of them, mate. So we'll see what we can do. So, okay, I'm going to wrap up. I can hear Lincoln in the background there. So I'm Daryl Nicholson from Toowoomba 4358 TV, more than just a postcode.
And thank you for joining us, everyone. Ben Hampsey with Good Morning Talk.